Lord have mercy. Wow, wow, wow. We're back on the backup, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened with that show. They said harassment and bullying, but I don't know how that happened. So we'll just do the rest of the show on this one, and then we'll get up out of here. What? It was a great show. I got to give it to you. All right, all right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to assume that the first 100 days has MAGA very upset. All right, we don't know why. We don't know why they are very upset, but we'll go ahead and keep going, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I don't know what just happened. Appeal. Okay, yeah. The guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It says. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? So as you can see, Big Zeus. Yeah, they said I was being mean, but I guess they looked at it and the TikTok gods. They looked at it favorably and they said, you know what, Big Zeus, keep up the great work. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started again, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what that was about. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Appeal one. Yeah. W Zeus in the chat. Yeah. I mean, we only got a little bit of time. I was hoping that Patrick, come on back, Patrick. We weren't doing anything today. Today's been a really nice and easygoing show. So yeah, you can't just get mad, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get mad at me because we're just cooking and booking over here, ladies and gentlemen. No need. All right, all right. Let's go to the box, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right. Where did Patrick go, ladies and gentlemen? Where's Patrick? Patrick, are you there going once, going twice? All right. I was going to really get to the bottom of what's bothering you, Patrick. Seriously. MAGA won't. There you go. Hopefully, there he goes. Okay, there's Takesha. All right. Patrick, I didn't drop you, and I wasn't being mean. I really, there was an echo. All right. Hi, Takesha. How are you?
These people just like they fearful leader. Not fearless, but fearful leader. Now who reported you, Zeus?
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. I don't know. Why
I done
would they
told
do
you
that?
about these grown babies can't stand to get their little feelings hurt, and then they run to to the little school principal and talk about how somebody hurt their feelings on the playground.
Yeah.
Grown
Yeah.
people.
Mmm.
But this is what I wanted to say,
Go
Zeus.
ahead.
I don't know why Tiny Tim think that it's a flex when he get up in the box and talk like he done binged all night and coming down off a high.
Yeah, he.
Because one thing he said that made absolutely no sense.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a problem with any woman that makes sure the bills are paid.
Okay.
But he ain't gonna tell me that he don't know how much his energy bill is. If it wife run him like that, then she slapping it every chance she gets saying, give me your check and don't ask no questions about where it's going. That is not a flex, Tana Tim.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want a man that gave me that much control that he didn't even know what's going on in his own household.
Hallelujah. Go ahead, get him, Takesha. I didn't catch that, but you caught that. You got him so activated.
That's not a flex at all. He should have kept that one to himself. Period. And I used to be an assistant manager at an apartment complex.
Oh.
And you know how they make their bonuses, Zeus?
No. How?
Is they give their tenants the bare minimum, save the company money, and they get a bonus. Like they might need some new carpet. They'll move somebody in on some carpet that need to be pulled up. They'll get it clean and act like that's the only apartment they got available. They know where desperate people at, Zeus. I've worked in the office. So he don't care about anybody. That's how he make a bonus, Zeus. And he ain't making that much money. And if he been still doing that for 15 years and he ain't moved to the portfolio manager or he ain't moved to nothing else, then yeah, he a simp.
Oh, W Takesha.
He a simp.
Is that why
They
you?
ain't moved him from that office. He ain't even good enough to move up. Yeah, he 15 years in that same position, and he ain't went to a portfolio manager and then Zeus. Get what?
Yeah.
You know, none in that position. I'm
There you go. So tiny take top Tim Takesha has exposed you. All right, W Takesha. He's sitting up here demanding. You have him on his knees, Takesha. Please let me come back up here and plead my case to you. Do you want to let him try
Bring
to?
his ugly ass back up.
All right, well, Tiny Tank Top Tim. Only because Takesha has authorized this discussion will I allow you to come back up here for round two because I've already annihilated you, Tom. I don't see him in the guest request anymore. I guess he decided he doesn't want it. He doesn't want this energy that we're bringing. Oh, there. I'm gonna go ahead and send him the invite. All right, let's see if we can get some answers. Because Tom, we know you're struggling, bro. We know you're struggling.
Well, Keisha, the Charlie Brown sounding teacher, has no fucking clue what I
Oh,
do
oh,
for a
oh.
living.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I done triggered you cause you cussing.
You're
Come
cussing,
on,
bro.
Urban Cowboy with them ugly ass shirts you wear. Let's
Come
go.
on, bro. You can't get up here and disrespect Takesha
No,
like
he can
that.
do what he want to do.
You're
Let
ignorant. She's
me tell you
disrespecting
something,
me.
Zeus. When he called me a hoe,
You're
he
ignorant,
went past
Takesha.
what he
You're
could have went past with me. So let him say what he want to say, cause I would dog walk him worse than he walk his own dog.
W Takesha. He's triggered. That means you said something to him that really struck a nerve. It
He a
struck a
punk
chord.
in his house.
Oh.
That's what I meant. If he had never called me out my name, I wouldn't even be coming for him.
No.
I done let that slide for months. But every time I think about him calling me a whore,
Oh.
I get more and more and more mad. And baby, it's time for me to go on and give him what he deserves that day.
Yeah. Tom, that's a disgusting thing you're doing out here. Being nasty and saying things like that about any woman. You know better, Tom. You know better. I don't care what you know what they say, Tom. It's not what people say to you, it's how you react to what they say to you. And it just bothers me that you've been following me and Takesha and all the other wonderful people who come onto this platform, and you don't have anything good to say. It's evil. It's an act of evil, Tom. You got to really stop this.
Baby, let me tell you
Go
something.
ahead, Takesha. I'm so sorry.
That man is mad because
Yeah,
I've done the job that he's doing. And I know how the bonuses work.
thank
And I
you.
know that if he ain't moved no further out of that position, that he ain't worth nothing but the position he in. That's what I know. See, you get up and say what you do, but you don't never know who's done what you done. I know how it works, sweetie.
Mm.
You don't care about those tenants. You do keep that job where they can keep ripping them folks off and saving money, and that's how you make your bonuses, sweetie. I know all
Mm.
about it, sir.
Yep. We know it, and we know he's not really gainfully employed, to be honest with you, because every time, and Q Dog, you did an outstanding job pointing it out. Where's my friend Q Dog at? Because
And the
Q Dog,
word ignorance should never come out anybody's mouth who said they just happy because a Republican in and not a liberal. That is the dumbest thing anybody could have ever said in their life.
you know, Q Dog, I got Takesha here. You saw that exchange, you and Nutty, and is he a hurt? Is Tiny Tank Top Tim and people like? Are these people hurting inside deep down? You think?
First of all, he's lame as hell, arguing with a female. You make yourself look bad.
Yeah.
Make Takesha look better than you, buddy.
W Takesha in the chat. You're right.
You get mad because a woman just made you look like a little bitty mouse, and you made yourself look worse coming up here, calling her name, yelling and screaming and arguing. Dude, grow up, dude. Grow up.
Thank you.
You need some serious help. I really think you are mental. I really do.
Do you think so? I mean,
I
I
I,
think
I
I
really
think
do.
he's saying he's prospering right now and he's working in, but every time we talk to him, he gets up, grabs the keys, he grabs or the dog grabs him, right? And the dog takes him on a walk.
Yeah,
It
he keeps putting a one in the chat like a child has having a temper tantrum. You know, a special needs child
yeah.
that's in the corner hitting the wall and yelling and screaming. That's what he's doing when he keeps spamming the chat with one.
That was a one. That mean I was one and done. That's all.
Exactly.
You know, it's the saddest thing ever that I'm watching this happen. All right, because he knows better, and I know that this is a sign of someone that doesn't get any love at home, and they're looking for love in all the wrong places.
But you know one thing, Zeus.
Hmm.
These folks, they want to do this to immigrants and stuff. But as soon as it's done to them, they have a tantrum. They go off the spectrum. And it's sad that you got to point that out every day, and they still don't get it. It's like hitting an unalive horse against the head with a hammer. He ain't gonna get up and gallop away.
Nope.
These people got some real problems deep down inside their soul that they need to deal with themselves. And they come up here every day like it's medicine for them to try to cure their ignorance and cure their hatred every day. Takesha don't lie when she give it to them every day, and it's like spraying Raid in a room full of roaches. They gonna scatter as soon as you turn that light on.
That part. He knows Trump hasn't done anything for him the first 100 days, and he's miserable, right?
Yeah, they don't want to admit it. It's almost like uh, 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 taking a butter knife and cutting their own wrist. They rather do that than admit that they were wrong. They
And we
see it.
see it.
They see it just like we see it.
And we see it, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. I mean, and you know why? That's why I'm keeping an eye on you like this, right? Because I want you to experience this thing that your dear leader is doing to you, right? He literally or metaphorically, right? He has his hands right around your throat, and he's taking the life away from you every single day. And you're going, but I love you. And this is why I got to keep an eye on you, sir, because your dear leader is the one that's causing you all this pain, this destruction, this harm, and you don't want to open your mind up to the reality that you know what, he doesn't care about you. And I hate to use that as the visual, but that's the best way to describe either that or he's queued up this nice sweet glass of Flavor Aid or MAGA Aid. We call it MAGA Aid, right? And he's put something very nasty inside of it, and he's going drink up, and you know what's in it, and you're gonna still drink it.
Well, Angus, he's another one in there. Him and Tiny Tank Talk Tim, they both, y'all seen that movie Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yeah.
When 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 they put the stuff in his drink and made him go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. The Laxate or whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's both of them put together. They both full of it, full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Nutty, are you there, Nutty?
I am indeed.
I notice you're mighty quiet. What do you got to say this morning? All right, because there's been a lot that's unfolded, but obviously the worst thing that's going on is that these Trump supporters know Donald Trump hasn't accomplished a single thing.
Well, first of all, I would like to say uh, good morning to all of these beautiful black people that I have the honor of being on this panel with, and hello to you, Zeus.
Yes,
So,
you could say
so
handsome as well when you
well,
describe.
I'm never going to say that, but I want to talk about 4X. 4X is who I call Tiny Tank Top 10. I'm
Oh,
just going to call him 4X.
4X.
The only action he's received is that dog leash and the wind that's blowing through his hair when he walks that dog. That's why he has to get on this live every day walking his dog, because that's the only action he's receiving. So enough of him. Enough
Yeah,
of him. I want to go to the raid that happened over the weekend. Jim covered a lot of things that I wanted to say,
yeah.
but one of the things that she covered that I really wanted to talk about was the fact that it was the DEA. It
Oh,
was the DEA, and they used, this is unbelievable, y'all. When are we gonna wake up in this country? They used active duty service members as undercover agents.
Wow.
that's using our own military against us.
Yeah.
But another thing I wanted to show a picture if I could really quickly. Let me get my. So Zeus, that right there are the photos that they're showing. These are the photos that they're showing, saying that they seized a bunch of cash, rugs, and passports. Now that's a Mexican passport,
Yeah.
but I guess that right there. I guess that's the rugs that they're talking about right
Ain't nothing
there.
but some Sudafed.
That's like
But
three or
look at
four
the
dollars.
cash that they
Oh
look at
yes.
the cash
So
that
they
they
bought the
seized.
Sudafed, and there's change from buying the Sudafed. That what's the
Look
what's
at
the
the
hair
cash.
piece though? The hair though.
That looks like a person. It may be someone's wig, or a hairpiece that that must have come out of their head. But
Wow.
this is what they're seizing, and they're calling that. They're saying that these people were part of the gangs because I
Train
don't
Day
know what.
Aragua
Yeah,
and
yeah,
MS-13. They said they were
MS-13.
both of them. I heard both of the gangs were in the club partying.
I know that ain't supposed to be no raid, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know y'all
it is.
lying.
So
I know
so
y'all lying.
no, we're not.
I
That's truly
can't. I
what
can't with these people.
that is truly what they have out there as evidence that they went in and they did all this seizing, right? They did all of this seizing. So now I want to skip back to some other things because you asked a question early on in your monologue.
I did.
Yes, you did. You
Oh,
you asked how many days has Donald, since we're nearing his 100 days in office,
correct.
how many days has he spent on the golf course?
Yeah, I did
So,
ask that.
so there is a March 29th, 2025 article from the Huffington Post. I'm telling y'all where I'm getting my sources. All right.
Yeah.
They did a story on March 29th, and as of March 29th, so that's over a month ago, taxpayers, this is the headline. Taxpayers tab for Trump's second term golf excursion crosses the $26 million mark. That's
Wow.
as of March 29th, 2025.
And this is after Doge got rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse.
Correct. Now, the number is actually way higher than that, Zeus,
Yeah.
because to get the numbers, they used the GAO, which is the Government Accountability Office. See,
Yeah.
we already have this office set up. I don't know why we need Doge, but they used the metrics from GAO's 2019 metrics. So that's from 2019 metrics. So we know that those metrics are much higher now.
Wow.
But what they did, they used the 2019 metrics to show that if we were going based on the 2019 metrics, we've already hit $26 million as of March 29th of this year.
Wow. 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 If it's that 26 million, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, fill in the gap. Within the last month, that has to be at least another 5 to 10 million. So this is around 35, 36 million dollars.
Absolutely.
No, Gregory, that is not lying, Gregory. We're telling you the truth because you can't do math.
Gregory, I gave you where you say show the proof. I gave you exactly where I got my information from, so you can go look it up and verify what I'm saying
Yeah,
yourself.
or stick to being in the comment section, but just mute yourself because we don't want to hear your thoughts, Gregory. Honestly.
So as of the date of this article, Zeus, since January 20th
Yeah.
up until this article, that man has spent more than a quarter of his 69 days at that point playing golf. 69 days in office, he spent more than a quarter of it playing golf. How is that working for the American people, the U.S. taxpayers? How is that working? How is that playing out for us?
It's not, as far as I'm concerned, every dollar that I catch him spending is a dollar I know could have been used to help the children.
Yeah.
And it's clear they don't care about the children. Trailblazer.
How does it feel to be so wrong for 4 years?
Who is that question directed at? Nutty?
To you, Seuss, because you've been running nothing but lies on your platform. Are you still getting paid?
This is gonna be good.
What's it to you? Who sent you?
What's it to me?
Who sent you?
Like, I am so thankful for, like, Harry, Dean, and Parker because they woke up the American people. So they decided to vote for Donald Trump. You guys say you're for, women's rights, but you weren't even able to define what a woman
Wait.
was.
Time out. Harry, Dean, and Parker voted for Donald Trump. So how do you figure?
They didn't vote for Donald Trump. They made people vote for Donald Trump by being
Well,
just
you
them.
said they voted for Donald Trump,
No.
but that's what you said.
No.
I'm
I
just
said
going
they
based
made
off of what
the
you
American
said.
people vote for Donald Trump. And if you look up Executive Order 13818,
Hey, Trailblazer.
13,
Hey, Trailblazer.
848, you would actually know
I'm-
something. But you
Trailblazer, I'm
don't.
cutting you off. I hear
Yes,
that you have
yes.
an
Have fun with your censorship,
I hear that
fascist.
you have an accent. I hear that you have an accent. Where's your accent from, sir?
I'm sorry. Is Harry American? Yes or no?
Sir,
Is he American
I'm
citizen?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yes. Where's your accent
Oh,
from?
okay.
And you could
Try-
breathe.
Try to take a guess.
No, I'm not going to guess because we don't have time for that. Let's just have the
okay.
conversation. Let's just have the conversation.
Guys,
where's your accent
It's
from?
really simple. You guys are nothing but liars.
Where is your
Trump
accent
is winning,
from, Trailblazer?
and Trump is going to make America great again.
Okay.
Have fun
yes,
being
you're-
mad.
you're
Okay?
right
Have
about
fun
all
being
of
mad
it.
and taking
You're
pictures of
correct
him
about-
out of context.
Trailblazer, you're
Have
right
fun.
about all of it.
Trailblazer.
Where's your
Have
accent
fun.
from?
Are you
Trailblazer.
done?
Are
Are you done?
you a U.S. citizen, Trailblazer?
Hell no.
Did he leave, or did he leave on his own?
My hands are here.
So that see that's why I don't like people like that, because they don't want to have conversation. They want to get up in the lives and they want to steamroll all of these accusations without any supporting evidence behind the accusations.
Yeah. And he knew what was coming and he ran, because the good book says resist the devil and the devil will flee. And we all
He shall
resisted.
flee from you.
Yeah. W to the panelists, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And they didn't. And Takesha didn't even get activated. Q Dog, we didn't get. No one got activated. We're not worried about that because we all
I
know
just
what.
asked him a simple question: where is his accent from?
Zeus,
Yeah.
you know why I'm not getting activated, Zeus?
Talk to him, Takesha.
Because I already told you from the beginning, the day that he won, what was going to happen. And it's pre-improving day by day. And I did want to say this. What gets my goat and makes my chaps hide? Yeah, hide. My chaps, they over here just wrong.
Lord have mercy.
And it ain't because I've been with a man. But listen,
Lord have mercy.
the thing is this, Zeus. Before Trump got in office, time he get in, them prices gonna go down. I'm voting for him because I'm ready for prices to go down. Now you want us to give him 100 days. Now you want us to give him 6 months. Then you gonna turn around and want us to give him a year. Then we gonna give him 4. You gonna say he needed 1 more because they were fighting against him, even the rhinos. Stop it.
Yep.
Y'all really thought that day one when this man stood there and refused to put his hand on anybody's Bible because he knew he wasn't finna uphold no constitution. That's why he didn't. I can give him that. He knew he wasn't finna do right, so why would he put his hand on the Bible? But y'all really thought that day one everything was gonna go down. And now you're around here looking like some simps. Because you can't buy Wonder Bread. You got to buy the bread that they sell in Dollar General. Because you can't afford none of your name brand stuff you used to buy. Y'all are the joke of the day.
Oh wait,
Agreed.
here's some breaking news, Zeus.
What's that?
So you asked that wig that was coming out of the post. I just found breaking news on that wig.
Oh, really?
That was Lady Red's.
Oh! Red Lady Red.
Thanks for looking me up. I wanted to.
Hey, Nutty. Hey,
I wanna
Nutty.
add to
You know she
Nutty's
got that from the
numbers.
corner store, right?
Oh, sorry.
No, not the corner store wig. Come on.
Hi, Shay. Hi, Attacking.
Everybody.
Hey,
What's
Let
up,
me, add,
Shay?
let, me add
What's
to
up,
Nutty,
Patrick?
let me add to Nutty's numbers really quick, and then I'll drop. Using the tallies from Trump's first term, if Trump stays on the same pattern off of Trump's golf data that you can pull the link up, calculated out that he'll golf 396 days at a cost to the taxpayers of $215 million.
Wow.
Wow. You're saving us so much
Now,
money.
these are real numbers that they don't want to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You hear that? What was that last guest name? Trailblazer. You hear that, Trailblazer?
Yeah, he's literally golfing more than he did his first term, and I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
And the reason he would sleep at that funeral is because the Bible said there is no rest for the weary. So he up all night trying to think of his next lie, and he's sleeping all day not doing any kind of work. Now look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Look at him.
let's
That's
so y'all, I'm about to shock everybody on this panel.
Shock
Y'all
us.
ready for this?
Yes.
I'm actually going to defend Donald Trump.
okay.
Y'all ready for this?
Go ahead. Tell me
I'm gonna
why.
defend him.
Please.
You know, I'm not above you, and I can fart.
Disgusting
Shut up.
attacking. Knock it off.
Thank you, Zeus. Here's where I'm going to defend him. The man is old. He's old. He's what, almost 80? He's pushing 80?
78, right?
He's pushing 80 years old.
Yeah.
The flight from the United States all the way over to Vatican City in Rome, it's a long flight. But even because it's a long flight, we know that he has a personal suite on Air Force One where he can get some rest. But it's still hard traveling for someone that's 80, pushing 80 years old.
Nutty. I'm finna come back at you. Because the report we got from the doctor, according to
Oh.
that report, Trump is 25 years old in his health. Now stop it.
W, Takesha.
Takesha, to your point, I'm gonna punch myself in the mouth for even saying it.
So what we're saying is you're gonna try to give Trump a pass because of his age, Nutty?
I wasn't giving him a pass. I was just trying to make him human.
Oh,
And
okay.
being someone of age. That's I wasn't giving him a pass.
Well, okay
Oh,
then.
man. Yeah.
Well, what we'll say is this, Nutty. You nice try, but unfortunately that won't work over here. We want everyone to know that Donald Trump has failed in so many areas, and lying will not be the answer to all of these failures. We're not going to accept it at all. All right. What is that attacking? And Trailblazer, you don't get to come up here, Trailblazer, and to lie like you did. You and who is this MAGA queen and Marsha and all of you. It's a disgrace to this great country of ours. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Sorry, attacking.
The thing
Maybe that's what it is.
the thing that baffles me, Zeus, is
Mm-hmm.
first you say, well, give him time, but then you saying, oh yeah, he's doing a great job. Which one is it? Help me understand. Is he doing a great job or give
Yeah.
him time?
So yeah, it's either an F or an A plus. It can't be both, right? It can't be both. It can't be both, MAGA.
They confused in their own mind.
The faha.
Yeah.
Okay.
MAGA Queen says Democrats, all they do is lie. I'm surprised you were able to type that, MAGA Queen. That's mighty impressive. That's very impressive coming from you, because I didn't know you could actually, try to create sentences using
Hey, Zeus,
words. Yeah.
If I have to drop so she can come up, I would love to give her my space.
Let's see, MAGA Queen. Do you want to come up here and talk to us real quick before Big Zeus gets out of here? Because you come to the show, you and your friend Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, and maybe you can actually say what he couldn't say because obviously he's a terrible person. But if you want to come up here, Nutty said he's more than willing to allow you a good minute to say what's on your mind. And okay, where?
Yeah, come on
Zeus,
up here.
these people live in opposite land.
Mm-hmm.
You know they call the truth a lie and a lie the truth.
They
So,
sure.
Trailblazer says he loves watching Hunter Biden's laptop at nighttime when he's in bed.
I know that's right. I do too.
Good for you. So do we.
Yeah.
I got a quick
Mahana
question for
fine
my,
as Mahana fine as he can be. I don't care what he was on. He could have been on Crystal Meth Mammy, and he still look better than half of y'all that ain't been on there.
Well, Shay, I have to correct you. Don't say so do we, because I
Oh,
don't.
yeah, sorry. I meant the girls on the panel. I meant the
I
girls.
absolutely,
I apologize.
I absolutely love watching him. He's a very handsome young man.
Knock it off, ladies. Well, I noticed when Nutty, you offered MAGA Queen the opportunity to come up, and she's been radio silent. So
she's scared.
Yeah, I take that to mean that MAGA Queen understood this. Probably better for her to sit her special behind down and continue to listen to this special broadcast.
Hey, Nettie, do you want to touch my chest? There you go.
And I
It's
got
a,
a quick question. I got a quick question for the MAGAs in the chat there, Zeus. They always keep talking about MS-13, MS-13. Y'all didn't know nothing about MS-13 until this Trump administration started spewing the name out there. But I got a question for you. Since y'all so much of experts about gangs and whatnot, how many gangs? Just give me a ballpark figure. How many gangs are actually in the United States?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Since y'all experts about MS-13s and what they look like and who they are, how many gangs are in the United States? Ballpark figure I give you a scenario from 1 to 10.
Oh, you got a flag, Q Dog.
I'm gonna drop down and come back up.
What?
Who knows? I think it's just MAGA in their feelings today.
Be careful on the M blah blah blah.
Oh, the gang references.
Yeah.
Do they know that the number 13 gang they started in Los Angeles? Do people know that it is a homegrown 13 gang?
they don't want to hear that, Shay.
Yeah.
So shh, be quiet. Don't say that out loud. They don't want to hear that.
Democrats.
They don't want to hear truth.
I know it's
So Mickey, come up because you just said you can answer that question. Come on.
Who, Mickey?
Yeah, Mickey.
I got 3 more minutes and then I got to get up out of here. Let's see. Terry says because we're all bullies. Oh, Terry, knock it off. Terry, you saw me over there with your friend. Let me see if I can invite Mickey. Oh, Mickey says I can answer that because I'm.
Hello, all.
Hello.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I love you, Q. You're my favorite.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm a retired social worker, so I worked with the G members, I'll call them for TikTok, and there's like active 50 at any given time in the United States. If there is any more, then it's like newly formed. And MS-13 is extremely rare. If anybody's coming at you with a machete, that's when I would say run, because they go after their own people more than anyone else. They're not coming after MAGA. They're not coming in your backyard. I mean, you all know that. But MAGA, it's just they have to have another boogeyman to constantly chase.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel with all of this.
What about the folks who attacked the Capitol on January 6th? Some people argue those could have been a gang. What is your opinion about those gangsters?
I do, because I think that the whole QAnon that was formed, and I think MAGA's a cult. And when it comes to deprogramming and listening to what they say, they regurgitate everything that Trump has to say. So they were acting and following their leader.
And
I
the
agree
leader
100%.
would be the current president, Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
So
Anybody that says hang Mike Pence, I mean, come on.
thank you.
And they were supposed to be loving him too, because he's part of Trump's cabinet.
Yeah. So we got the information out here and the truth. All right. So we know who the real gangs are. And thank you, Mickey, for the wonderful work you're doing. Seriously, because you broke it down.
I'm retired now. Now I work with animals. I'm a real dog walker. So,
Hey.
but I went undercover in human trafficking too. So if you ever need, yeah.
You've dealt with the human trafficking component,
I
huh?
did. I used to advocate. I did federal cases, 2 international cases, and the
Oh.
majority are state level.
Oh.
So I used to have an advocate for the victims, but I'd put the perpetrators away. And then that's another boogeyman with them too.
Yeah.
99% of people are trafficked by somebody they know, whether it be a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It can happen to men too. Very rare cases. However, there's a hierarchy that you have to follow. I used to go undercover. I'm 49 now, so in my
Okay.
20s, I used to go undercover with Vice.
Yeah.
And I would be a prostitute, and I would work with the other prostitutes that would help the Vice squad.
Oh.
So I worked overnight there, and I brought in the victims to see if we could get them to speak to who we were going after.
Wow. Well, I got one last thing about this because I know a so-called Christian that loves to brand themselves as
God, I was about to say that.
helping protect the kids. What do you think about that? Trump supporters saying that they want to save the kids, but you know they haven't done anything like ask Trump to release the Epstein files, right? And you know he's brought the Tate brothers in and stuff like that. And you know a lot of stuff happens in these so-called churches. What is your thoughts about that, if you don't mind?
Well, I'm a Catholic, so for me, sometimes a bad one too. I'm going to own that.
Okay.
However, when it comes to Christianity, I wouldn't ever put Jesus and Trump in the same sentence. Ever, 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 ever. I mean, there is no way that you can support a man that has every 7 deadly sin. And if they don't know them, they need to look them up because
Can we
that
also
man has all of them.
can we
So
also
how can you
reference?
let go? And he, like I said, they worship him, so they're not concentrating on Jesus or Allah or whoever you worship.
Yeah.
They're not concentrating on anybody but Trump.
Can we also reference Zeus? That's a so-called fake Christian said that they worked in a division to stop child, issues.
Yeah.
Hold on, with the Crips and the Bloods. She said that she was associated. She had friends within there or acquaintances.
They don't have acquaintances. Gang members, you're either in or you're out, and they'll use you for what they need from you.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
that's what this person says.
So,
Yeah,
so we,
I mean, that's like saying, hey, let me call Snoop Dogg right now and hang out. No, you're not going to tell me he's ever gotten out of that gang either. No
Yeah,
way. Or
yeah.
the G place.
yeah.
Once you're in for life.
There you go. Well, see, we've debunked another conspiracy on the TikTok, right? We're not going to allow people who call themselves Christians and say they protect children to get away with it again. Mickey, thank
Agreed.
you so much. And you know what? To the panelists, I got to give you all a huge round of applause, but Big Zeus has to get up out of here, all right?
Oh, I love you all. Thanks for bringing me up.
Appreciate you,
Have a
Mickey.
good day.
Appreciate you.
All right. I gotta drop them, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes this special broadcast. It's been one heck of a show. Sorry I had to drop you all, but I got to get up out of here. Oh my goodness, look at how the time flies. I want to give a huge thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists for helping to make this show as exciting, engaging, and entertaining as it is. All right, without you, it would not be possible. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters, ladies and gentlemen. These are also your haters. So they get out here and they spread misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Donald J. Trump, Vladimir Putin, and the Kremlin, all right? And they hate on me. They want to report the lies. They're too afraid to get in the box and defend the indefensible because they know Big Zeus is actually winning. You know what that Trailblazer knucklehead just did. Trailblazer and everyone else like you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them to hell one last time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We are out of here. Let's go. What a great show. You know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We survived another broadcast. Despite them trying to report Big Zeus. Let's go. Hey. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we got to get out of here. Do some drill, baby drill. Then we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
Harris's War, Pennsylvania Energy, because she's going to ban, fracking, right? 100%. She was against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, "I like fracking very much." Like, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
You like the sunglasses, don't you, Sean?
Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep.
You should, yeah.
We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill.
Like
we're
that
going to take
hand?
out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt.
Here he goes.
We're going to lower your taxes. Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say
What do they do?
the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill, there's a frack. There's a baby, there's a lesser baby energy. Because you know she's gonna pay. You know she's
Let's
gonna pay.
Come here. Thank you so much. She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical.
She can't help it.
And we will crack. W-A. Let's go. So deep.
We're gonna be for
Hey,
guys.
Cindy.
We're gonna take out so much money.
We're gonna pay down our debts. We're gonna lower your taxes. Insane asylums. You know they go. You want cheap eggs? I got cheap eggs for you. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. We're gonna drill, baby, drill like. Hey, W. Here he goes.
Insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, they do?
They say,
Hannibal.
why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why would he mention?
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday.
Deep insane asylums.
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Hey. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Keep insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say. How much do you owe? Don't worry, we're gonna pay off all your debt, baby. Alright? And then what we're going to do is we're gonna lower your taxes like you wouldn't believe, alright? Because guess what? We got so much liquid gold. Karma, thank you for the subscription, alright? But we got so much liquid gold underneath our feet, baby. And all we gotta do is drill, baby, drill to get to it, and then, you know, a little fracking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you all make me laugh. Have a great rest of your morning. Take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do out there in those TikToks.